Hey guys, welcome back to Educator Fresh. We are continuing our series on heterotrophic nutrition. Last time we stopped on parasitism. If you did not watch the video, feel free to go back and watch that video. I'll attach it in the link below. Mutualism is a close association between two living organisms of different species, which is beneficial to both partners, as in lichens, root nodules of legumes, and mycorrhiza. The distribution and abundance of partners in a mutualistic association shows great interdependence, and in many cases, one partner cannot survive in the absence of another. Examples include lichens, mycorrhiza, bacteria, or what we call cellulotic bacteria that are found in termites, and then we have herbivorous mammals, among other things. So we are going to be talking about examples of these. Let's talk about the lichens. A lichen is a mutualistic association between a fungus and an algae, which is beneficial to both partners, whereby an algae obtains water and mineral salts. It obtains mechanical support and protection from high light intensity from the fungus, and the fungus in turn benefits by obtaining oxygen and food from the algae. So the relationship between the organisms in the lichen, we both benefit from it. The fungus makes up most of the lichen body, and the cells of the green algae or the blue-green algae are distributed within it. So this is why it sometimes appears whitish, gray, or sometimes it appears green. The fungus provides anchorage on the lichen on the substratum, and it shelters the alga cells from in the mycelium. It also absorbs water and mineral salts. It conserves that water, protecting the algae from drying out, and it provides the algae with carbon dioxide for photosynthesis from respiration. The algae, on the other hand, contributes organic food from photosynthesis, providing fungus with oxygen for respiration from photosynthesis, and it protects the fungus from high light intensity. The mycorrhiza. Mycorrhiza is a mutualistic relationship between a fungus and a plant root, whereby the fungus benefits by obtaining food from the plant roots, and the plant benefits by obtaining a large amount of water and mineral salts absorbed by a dense network of the rooting hyphae of the fungus from a large distant area, which cannot be absorbed by the root hairs. They also obtain protection from mechanical and microbial damages offered by the fungus. The fungus digests lignin, cellulose, and pectin in soils, and the products of that digestion are then absorbed by the plant roots. I think it's quite an ingenuine way of relating. Termites. Termites have sharp and strong mandibles. These mandibles help them to break up wood into tiny pieces containing cellulose, which they can easily swallow. However, they are unable to digest this, so on reaching the gut, the tiny fragments are taken up phagocytically by mutualistic cellulase, secreting flagellates or protozoans. So these protozoans can be able to secrete the enzyme cellulase, which can then break down the food. So after phagocytosis, cellulase is secreted, which is released in the formed food vacuoles, which then catalyze the digestion of cellulose into simple soluble compounds. Some of the soluble products of digestion, such as glucose, are absorbed into the surrounding cytoplasm of the flagellates, while some diffuse out of the protozoa and are then absorbed by the termite. So it's a shared relationship. The protozoans or the flagellates benefit by getting food and shelter and transport and all those things, and then the termites, on the other hand, benefit by being able to digest the food they eat. Why they eat wood, I would never know, but that's the decision they have made. They will have to live with it. Another relationship that we can talk about, a mutualistic relationship, is the sea anemone. The sea anemone lives attached onto the shell of a hermit crab, and the sea anemone obtains scraps of food and also obtains transport from the crab. In return, the hermit crab obtains protection from its enemies by the sea anemone's stinging cells. It's quite an genuine relationship. Each of them benefits. A question that you can ponder here is compare mutualism and parasitism. Are they common? Are they related in any way that you can think about? Okay. Commensalism. Talk about commensalism. Commensalism is a close association between organisms of different species in which one member benefits while the other member neither benefits nor is harmed. Examples are lichens on the bark of a tree and the sea anemone on a clownfish. Now, commensalism is a close association between these two organisms, but they have to be of different species. And one has to benefit. The one that benefits is the one that we call a commensal, and the one that is not affected or harmed is the one that we call a host. An example of this is the colonial hydrozoan Hydrocinthia that attaches itself to whole shells inhabited by hermit crabs. Hydrocinthia obtains nourishment from the scraps of food left by the crab after it has eaten, and the crab is totally unaffected by the association. It does not care if it is there or not. The distribution of the commensal depends on that of the host, while the host is totally unaffected by the commensal. In other words, if we don't have the host, the commensal cannot survive. But without the commensal, the host goes on unbothered. Finally, the last mode of nutrition we are going to talk about is holozoic nutrition. This is the mode of nutrition in which organisms feed on solid organic matter, which is taken to the body and digested into small particles that can be absorbed and assimilated. Holozoic nutrition is divided into 5 stages. Ingestion, which is taking food into the body through the mouth. Digestion, which is breaking down complex food substances into simpler, soluble molecules that can be absorbed by the body. And then we have absorption, where the soluble products that have been digested are going to be taken into the bloodstream. We have assimilation, where the absorbed food particles, absorbed soluble particles, are going to be used for other activities in the body, like energy generation, growth, repair, and so on and so forth. And then we have egestion, the elimination of the insoluble and digested waste food from the body. So these are the 5 stages that mark the type of nutrition called holozoic nutrition. Now, holozoic nutrition is divided into 5 types of organisms. We have herbivores. These are organisms that feed on plants only. Carnivores are organisms that feed on flesh and other animals. Omnivores are all-round feeders. They are guys that feed on both plants and animals. And then we have liquid feeders. Liquid feeders feed on a variety of animal and plant juices, like mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are liquid feeders. Aphids are liquid feeders. And butterflies and houseflies are also liquid feeders. And then we have the microphagous feeders, which we call the filter feeders. These feed on small food particles that are suspended in water. These animals are mostly aquatic, like the hydra and the sea anemones. So we shall start from there next time. When we come next time, we're going to be talking about nutrition in man. So please feel free to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so that when the next video is uploaded, you will be alerted. Have a good day.